Sit down, Arya. I froze at the way she said my name sharp, cold, like I was a stranger already. What is it? I asked, my voice cracking just a little. Why are you both looking at me like that? Asterisk dad didn't meet my eyes. He stared at the floor like it held all the answers. Mom slid a white envelope across the table toward me. Asterisk. Open it. Asterisk, I opened it with trembling fingers. Inside were papers, medical, legal, something official. My eyes scanned the words, but they made no sense at first. Then I saw it. DNA mismatch. What. What is this? Asterisk mom folded her arms. You're not ours, Arya. Not biologically. Asterisk, I stared at her. What are you talking about? Asterisk, there was a switch at the hospital. You were given to us by mistake. Asterisk, a mistake? My throat dried. I'm a mistake to you now? Asterisk, we found our real daughter. Her name is Elena. Asterisk, Elena. I blinked. You mean I'm being replaced? You were never meant to be here in the first place, she said flatly. My chest started to tighten. I turned to Dad. Say something, please. Tell me this is some sick joke. Asterisk, he finally looked up. I'm sorry, Arya. I didn't want this. But it's the truth. Asterisk, the truth. I stood up, heart pounding. So what now? I just stop existing, just like that? Asterisk, you'll be provided for, Mom said. We're not heartless. Asterisk, provided for. What does that even mean? A check and a goodbye? She didn't respond. I'm your daughter, I whispered. Asterisk. No, you're not, she said, standing, and never were. My mouth opened, but nothing came out. Elena will be arriving tomorrow. You need to leave before then. Asterisk, I laughed. It sounded hollow, wrong. You're throwing me out? Asterisk, we've arranged a place for you. A small flat, temporarily. There's no need for drama. Asterisk, no need for drama, I snapped. You raised me for 18 years, and now you're kicking me out like trash, and I'm not supposed to be dramatic. Asterisk, Elena deserves her home. Her family. Her life back, she said, completely UNBOTHERE. Asterisk. And what do I deserve? I asked, shaking. Asterisk. You'll survive. I stared at her, then at him. You always said I was your everything, I said to Dad, tears welling. You said I was your little girl. Asterisk, he looked like he might cry. But he didn't. I loved you like my own, he said quietly. Loved, I echoed. Past tense. There was silence. Can I meet her? I asked. This. Elena. Asterisk. No, Mom snapped. That would only complicate things. Asterisk. So, I don't even get to meet the girl who stole my life? Asterisk. She didn't steal anything, she said sharply. It was never yours. Asterisk. I wanted to scream, cry, hit something. But instead I stood there, numb. Asterisk. I gave you everything, I whispered. I loved you. I obeyed you. I became what you wanted. Asterisk. You were a mistake, she said. And we're correcting it. That broke me. I turned and walked out the door. Asterisk. Neither of them followed. Not even once. 2 hours. That's how long they gave me to leave. Pack only what belongs to you, Mom had said. Anything else stays. Asterisk. What belonged to me. Every piece of clothing, every photo, every gift. They had picked them out, bought them, controlled them. I stood in my room, suitcase open, staring at a life I was apparently never meant to have. Asterisk. I was halfway through folding a sweatshirt when Lena's name lit up my phone. Asterisk. Lena, I heard what happened. I'm so sorry, Arya, but I don't think we should talk anymore. I blinked at the screen. What the hell? Asterisk. I called her. Straight to voicemail. I tried again. Nothing. I threw my phone on the bed. Asterisk 10 minutes later. It buzzed again. Asterisk Damon. Hope you're okay. Just found out. I'm confused too. Please don't make things harder. Asterisk make things harder, I called him. He picked up. Asterisk Aria. Asterisk don't Aria me. Are you kidding me right now? Asterisk he sighed. I didn't mean anything by it. It's just a lot. Asterisk a lot. You said you loved me a week ago. You held me and said nothing could come between us. Asterisk that was before. I knew you weren't. Asterisk say it, I snapped. Go on. Before you knew I wasn't rich? He went quiet. That's not fair, he muttered. Asterisk. No. What's not fair is me losing everything and my boyfriend acting like I'm contagious. Asterisk, look, Elena's here now. It's complicated. Asterisk, my mouth dropped open. You've already met her? Asterisk, she needed someone to show her around. Asterisk, you're with her? Asterisk, it's not like that. Asterisk, then what is it like? Danon, enlighten me. He didn't answer. I ended the call and threw my phone into the suitcase. A Blacktown car dropped me off in front of a crumbling old building. I laughed bitterly. From a mansion to this, the driver handed me an envelope and left. Asterisk inside was a key. And $500. That was my goodbye. I climbed the stairs to the third floor. The hallway smelled like mold and something dead. My unit door creaked when I opened it. Asterisk, hello? A voice called from inside. I jumped. A short, tired-looking woman appeared. From behind a curtain. Asterisk, sorry. Didn't mean to scare you, she said. You're the new tenant? Room 3B? Asterisk, yeah. Asterisk, I'm Myra, manager here. You're lucky. This room's got a window that opens. Asterisk, right, lucky. Asterisk, she smiled gently. Rough day? I just nodded. She looked me over but didn't ask questions. If you need extra blankets or something, let me know. You'll get used to the noise. The rats don't bite if you don't bother them. Asterisk, I stared at her. Rats? Asterisk, she laughed. Joking. Kind of. I forced a smile. After she left, I sat on the tiny bed and looked around. One flickering bulb. Peeling paint. A broken mirror. Home sweet home. Asterisk, I went out the next morning and bought instant noodles, a plastic fork, and a roll of toilet paper. That was all I could afford. Asterisk back in the room. I scrolled through social media. Asterisk Lena's story. Can't wait to meet the real Lingford princess today. Hashtag family, hashtag finally double quotes. Her arm was around Elena. They were already friends. I felt sick. Asterisk, I clicked on Damon's profile. Asterisk, his latest photo was of him and Elena. Laughing. Asterisk, the caption read, Destiny always wins. Destiny, right? I lay on the bed for hours. I didn't cry. Not yet. There was a knock at the door. I opened it. Mira held out a bowl. Asterisk, homemade soup, she said. You look like you could use something warm. Asterisk, Thank you, I whispered. Asterisk, you don't have to tell me anything, she said. But I've seen that look before. Asterisk, what look? The one that says, I thought I mattered. I almost broke. Asterisk, but I just nodded, took the bowl, and shut the door. I stared at the soup for a long time. Asterisk, then I picked up the spoon and ate, because surviving was all I had left. Asterisk, Myra knocked once and pushed the door open. Asterisk, you okay? I nodded, staring at the flickering TV. She frowned. You haven't left the room in 2 days. Asterisk, why would I? I mumbled. Asterisk, she sat beside me. Because the world's still spinning. Asterisk, not for me. Asterisk, she looked at me for a long second. Want to talk about it? I died, I said flatly. She blinked. Come again? I picked up my phone, typed something in, and handed it to her. She read the headline out loud. Langford heiress confirmed dead in car crash. Body identified as Aria Langford. Her eyes widened. What the asterisk? It wasn't me. Some girl stole my bag. Ran away. Crashed. Burned. And the only thing they found on her was my ID. Asterisk, they really thought you were dead? Asterisk, they didn't even check the body properly. Just assumed. And you know what the worst part is? Asterisk, what? I opened the comments under the article. Finally. Asterisk, fake witch got what she deserved. Asterisk, good riddance. Asterisk, Myra sucked in a breath. People really wrote this? Asterisk, I read every comment. Twice. Asterisk, why would you do that to yourself? Asterisk, because I needed to know if anyone missed me. Asterisk, and? Asterisk, I shook my head. Not a single one. Later that night, I made a fake account and joined the online thread. Someone wrote, crazy how she fooled the Langfords for so long. I replied, maybe she didn't fool anyone. Maybe she just loved the wrong people. No one responded. Asterisk A. Few days later, I went out to buy bread. Asterisk, the cashier glanced at me. Hey, you look like that dead girl. I get that a lot, I said, forcing a smile. Asterisk, when I got back, Mira was waiting by my door. A detective came looking for you. Asterisk, I froze. What? Asterisk, he left a card. Said he knows the body wasn't yours. Asterisk, I snatched the card. Detective Rowan, Missing Persons Division. The next morning, I stood outside the precinct, debating whether to walk in. I did. He met me in a back hallway. Asterisk, you're Aria Langford? Asterisk, I was. Asterisk, he nodded. We confirmed it wasn't your body. Dental records didn't match. Asterisk, then why not tell them? Asterisk, he shrugged. They didn't ask. Asterisk, I laughed bitterly. So they were happy to bury me without proof. Asterisk, he looked uncomfortable. What do you want to do now? Asterisk, nothing. Asterisk, nothing. Asterisk, let them think I'm dead. Asterisk, he hesitated. You're sure? Asterisk, yes. Asterisk, he studied me. That's rare. Most people want to be found. Asterisk, not most people. Asterisk, he slipped the file back in his drawer. Then you're gone. I turned to leave. One more thing, he said. You okay? Asterisk, no. But I walked out anyway. Asterisk, back in my room, I stared at the wall and whispered, I'm dead. And nobody cried. Asterisk, my phone buzzed. News story posted by Elena. Lunch with Daddy, #family first. I clicked it. Asterisk, they were laughing at a fancy restaurant, my favorite one. My seat was taken, my life replaced. That night, I lit a candle, not for me, for the girl who died with my name. She had no one, no funeral, no past. No one even asked who she was. Asterisk. She burned and vanished. Asterisk, and I took her place. Mira passed my door, then stopped. You're crying. Asterisk, no, I'm not. Asterisk, you want to be invisible, Aria, but you're not. Not to me. Asterisk, I wiped my face. Why are you so nice to me? Asterisk, because I've been thrown away too. She left before I could ask anything more. I sat there, staring at the shadows on the wall. Asterisk, if the world had buried me, I figured I had two choices, stay dead, or come back on my own terms. Asterisk, asterisk. The mirror above the sink was cracked straight through the middle. Kind of fitting. I stared at my reflection, fingers gripping the cheap plastic edge. Asterisk. I don't even know who you are anymore. I whispered. Asterisk. You're still Aria, Mira? Called from the tiny kitchen. Name change or not, your soul doesn't shift that easy. Asterisk. I don't feel like her anymore. Asterisk. Good. She was tied to people who didn't deserve her. I dyed my hair the next day. Box black. My gold necklaces. Pawn dot asterisk designer shoes. Sold to a thrift store dot asterisk. I kept one thing, Dad's old fountain pen. He gave it to me when I won the science fair in 10th grade. Write your story, he had said. So I did asterisk, a new name, a new place. A tiny flower shop called June's Bloom, asterisk. Your hands are too soft, Madame June said when she first handed me pruning shears. But your eyes know pain. That's what flowers understand. I didn't reply. I just started cutting. What's your name, sweetheart? She asked later that week. Asterisk, I hesitated. Rhea, asterisk. Short for something? Asterisk, does it matter? Asterisk, she smiled. Not at all. Eli worked the counter. Asterisk, he was loud, always humming some indie song. And his smile was easy too easy. Asterisk. So, Rhea, he grinned. You hiding from an ex or just life in general? Asterisk, maybe both. Asterisk, he leaned on the counter. You've got the look of someone who's been buried and clawed her way out. Asterisk, maybe I have. He nodded like I told him something profound. Cool. Let me know if you need backup. I've got a mean shovel. Nights were hardest. Asterisk, even when I slept, I saw her. Elena, in my bed, wearing my clothes, taking my parents' hands, smiling that smile, and they smiled back. One night, Mira knocked on my door, asterisk. You're up, asterisk. I don't sleep much. Asterisk, she placed a plate of toast in my lap. I know what this feels like, asterisk. You do? Asterisk, my husband left me for my sister. I looked at her after 20 years. Said she made him feel alive. Sad I was. Too quiet. She laughed dryly. They called me boring. I called a lawyer. Asterisk, what happened to her? Asterisk, they're divorced now. He cheated on her too. And me. I run this building, make soup, keep people alive. I smiled for the first time in days. Maybe quiet is powerful, I said. Asterisk, she raised her mug. To the quiet ones. Asterisk, we clinked imaginary glasses at the shop. Madame June handed me a bundle of white roses. Asterisk, take these to the event planner across town. Asterisk, what event? Asterisk, some wedding, rich people, Langford name. I nearly dropped the bouquet. Elena Langford? Asterisk, I think so. Why? Asterisk, I forced a smile. No reason. Back in my room, I stared at the white roses. They were beautiful, pure, empty. Asterisk, I picked up one blood-red bloom and slid it into the middle. Asterisk. Then I took Dad's old pen from the drawer and wrote one word on a blank card. Asterisk, soon. Asterisk, asterisk, the envelope was creamy white, sealed with a golden wax stamp. I stared at it like it was cursed. You gonna open that? Eli asked, wiping his hands on his apron. Asterisk, it's nothing. Asterisk, he raised a brow. Doesn't look like nothing. That's thick, fancy wedding invite? I didn't answer. He whistled. Damn, you're really popular for a quiet girl. I slid the envelope into my bag and walked into the back room. Asterisk, later that night, I sat on my bed, turned on the desk lamp, and finally opened it. You are cordially invited to the wedding of Elena Langford and Damon Pierce. I dropped it like it burned. Asterisk, my heart thudded against my ribs, louder than any scream I could have made. Damon, he was marrying her, my replacement. Asterisk, the next day. Madame June handed me a new order slip. Asterisk, white roses, 5 dozen. Bride's request. I tried to speak, but nothing came out. Big wedding. Langford's again, she continued. You okay with the delivery? Asterisk, I'll do it. Asterisk, you sure? Asterisk, I want to. In the cold room, I arranged the flowers with trembling hands. Asterisk, Eli. Peeked in. You're extra quiet today. That normal or just pre-murder silence? Asterisk, I gave a weak laugh. Some things don't deserve words. Asterisk, need help? Asterisk, no, this one's mine. At lunch, I walked to the stationery shop across the street. Asterisk, something simple. I told the clerk. White envelope, no name. Asterisk, he handed me one. I nodded. Asterisk, that night, I sat at the tiny desk, the roses bundled beside me. I slid one velvet box into the middle of the bouquet. Inside the box was the bracelet Damon gave me on our 1-year anniversary. Asterisk gold, delicate, engraved. On the inside, forever. Arya, I stared at the engraving for a long time. Then I closed the lid. I placed the card beside it. For the bride. May you never wonder where you stand. I sealed it all inside. Asterisk white roses on the outside. A red thorn in the middle. A gift. My goodbye. Big delivery tomorrow. Madame June reminded me as I locked up. Be safe. Asterisk, I will. Asterisk. You look different tonight. Asterisk. Do I? Asterisk, like someone who stopped bleeding. I walked home slowly that night. The wind was soft. The streetlights buzzed like they were whispering secrets. Asterisk, when I got to my door. Mira was sweeping the hall. Asterisk, got a plan. She asked. Asterisk, just a gift. Asterisk, she smiled knowingly. Gifts carry weight. So does silence. Asterisk, I'm counting on it. Inside, I lay on my bed and stared at the ceiling. Asterisk tomorrow. I'd hand them the bouquet. Asterisk, and let Karma handle the rest. Asterisk, need help loading it. Eli asked, glancing at the 6 roses stacked in the van. Asterisk. No, I said, tightening the ribbon around the final bouquet. This one needs to be perfect. Asterisk, he gave me a look. You sure you're okay? Asterisk, no. I replied, but I'm focused. Asterisk, that's worse. The wedding venue was a glass castle by the lake. Gold gates, red carpet, dozens of people in black suits with earpieces. I showed the guard the delivery note. Langford wedding? He asked. White roses. I nodded. He stepped aside. Go around the back. Staff entrance. Inside, the air was thick with perfume and tension. Everyone was moving too fast, too loud, too fake. Asterisk. You with the florist? A woman in heels barked. I nodded. Table to the left. Hurry. The bride's getting her photos done. Asterisk, I placed each bouquet down carefully, my hands steady. Then I pulled out that one, the special arrangement. The red rose peeking from the middle looked almost too alive. Like it knew what it was hiding. Asterisk. I slid the velvet box deep into the center, made sure the card was tucked under it. Then I sealed the wrapping. Where's this one go? Another staffer asked. Bridal suite, I said. You sure? Asterisk, special request, I lied. From an old friend. He shrugged and carried it upstairs. Asterisk, back in the van. I pulled off my apron and leaned back against the seat. My fingers trembled now. I let them. At home, I opened my laptop and searched Elena Langford wedding livestream. Asterisk, there it was. Broadcasted to the world. I clicked play. Asterisk, the camera. Panned over gold chairs and flower arches, my flower arches. Guests in pearls and diamonds, smiling like they belonged to something bigger. Then I saw her, Elena, asterisk, wearing a gown that looked like it cost more than my apartment, laughing, twirling. Perfect daughter, my replacement, and then him, Damon, in a black tux, holding her hand. He leaned in and kissed her forehead. I nearly broke my screen. The announcer spoke. Before the ceremony begins, a special gift has arrived for the bride. I leaned forward. 2 staffers brought in my bouquet and placed it gently on a marble table. Elena smiled at it. Ah, she said, loud enough for the mic to catch. Who's it from? There's a card, someone answered. She picked it up, opened it. Her smile froze. Her fingers twitched. Asterisk. What does it say? Damon asked. She didn't answer. She was staring into the flowers now, her face draining. Then she reached in and pulled out the box. The velvet box. Asterisk Damon tilted his head. Is that? She opened it. Saw the bracelet. Asterisk her entire body went. Still, he stepped forward. Took one look. Then turned pale. Arya, he whispered. The guests started murmuring. Elena? Someone said, what's wrong? The mic was still live. The card dropped from her hand and floated to the ground. Asterisk, the camera zoomed in. Asterisk, for the bride. May you never wonder where you stand. Gasps, a woman shouted. Wasn't that Arya's? Asterisk, another said, didn't she die? Asterisk, the priest called for order, but the room was already shifting, cracks forming in real time. Asterisk, I closed the laptop, thought sat in silence. They had opened the box, and now everything was unraveling. Asterisk, you did it, Mira said from the doorway, holding tea. Asterisk, I looked up. Did what? Asterisk, you gave them back what they gave you. Asterisk, they gave me nothing. Asterisk, exactly. That night, I walked out onto the balcony, stared at the stars, let the wind hit my face. They had buried me, but I'd sent them a ghost, a reminder. Asterisk, I may be gone, but I never really left. The comments were pouring in before the vows even started. Asterisk, that bracelet, wasn't that Arya's? Asterisk, did she fake her death? Asterisk, why would someone send a dead girl's bracelet to the bride? Asterisk, I refreshed the live stream. The camera feed had cut. A holding screen now read, technical difficulties. Please stand by, right. Damon probably yanked the plug himself. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. Is this you, Arya? Blocked. Another text dot asterisk. I know you're alive. Just tell me what you want. Damon, I smiled. Myra knocked. They freaking out yet? Asterisk. Feed went down, but they're spiraling online. Asterisk. She handed me a cup of lemon tea. So, what now? Asterisk. Now they sit in it. Asterisk. Just sit. Asterisk. They built a glass house. I threw a stone. I don't need to watch every crack. Asterisk. Myra nodded. And if they try to find you? Asterisk. I'm already dead, remember? An hour later, I checked Elena's Instagram. Asterisk all the wedding posts. We're gone. Everyone. The wedding hashtag. Over on asterisk, where is Arya Langford? Asterisk. The gift says it all. Elena stole her life. Asterisk. Damon was hers first. People were digging, and the dirt was rich. By nightfall, a blurry clip leaked online. Asterisk. Someone at the wedding had filmed Damon whispering, Arya, and Elena shouting, why is this here? The audio was messy, but the panic was clear. Another. Guest had posted a snap of the bracelet. It was trending within minutes. Hashtag the real Langford. Hashtag ghost of Arya. I didn't post anything. Didn't need to. They were unraveling themselves. I went back to the flower shop the next morning. Madame June was reading a paper with a frown. You see this? She said, tapping the headline. Langford wedding crumbles under mysterious gift. I nodded. She cried. She added, flipping the page. The bride, asterisk, did she? Asterisk looks like someone ruined her big day. Must have been awful, I said dryly. June looked at me over her glasses. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I said nothing. She smirked. Didn't think so. Eli cornered me in the storage room. Asterisk. Okay, I stayed out of your business, but what the hell did you do? Asterisk. Delivered flowers. Asterisk. He gave me a long, slow blink. And a ticking bomb in the middle. Asterisk. Symbolic. Asterisk. Dude, you nuked a wedding. Asterisk. I shrugged. They lit the match. I just gave him a mirror. Asterisk. Eli leaned against the wall. You're scary. Asterisk. No. I'm just done being silent. Asterisk, he softened. Are you okay? Asterisk, I will be. That night, I walked past a newsstand. My face wasn't on the cover, but the bracelet was. Below it, the headline, "The dead heiress isn't done yet." Back at my place, I scrolled one last time. Someone had posted a side-by-side of Elena and me. Same eyes, same nose, different souls, the caption read. One wore the name. One lived the life. I turned off my phone. Myra was waiting by my door. You good? Asterisk, I think so. Asterisk, you look lighter. Asterisk, I feel real. Asterisk, she smiled. Funny thing about ghosts. Sometimes they're just people no one saw right. Asterisk, asterisk, I stood in front of the flower shop, breathing in the scent of roses and rain. Asterisk, it smelled like something I hadn't felt in weeks. Peace. Asterisk, inside, Eli was trimming stones. Asterisk, you see the latest? He said, asterisk, I've stopped looking. Asterisk, well, the Lingfords are officially hiding. Oh, he grinned. Statement from their lawyer. The family is taking time to recover from recent personal attacks. Asterisk, I snorted. They attacked themselves. Asterisk, you're kinda terrifying, you know that? Asterisk, I'm tired of pretending to be small. Madame June came in with her hands on her hips. Big order today. A condolence bouquet. Asterisk, for who? Asterisk, she handed me the slip. To Elena Langford, in memory of everything you stole. Asterisk, I raised an eyebrow. This one's not from me. Asterisk, June smirked. Seems someone else knows the truth now. Asterisk, I placed the card down. Truth has a way of spreading. Later that afternoon, I sat in the break room sipping watered-down coffee when Myra called. Asterisk, you home? Asterisk, shock. Asterisk, you got mail. Asterisk, from who? Asterisk, she hesitated. It's handwritten. Looks like your dad's writing. Asterisk, I didn't say anything. Asterisk, you want me to toss it? Asterisk, no. I said quietly. Keep it safe. I'll read it when I'm ready. That night, I sat on the roof, legs dangling over the edge. Eli climbed up beside me. You ever think about going back? He asked, asterisk, to what? Asterisk, the mansion, your name, your old life. Asterisk, I shook my head. That wasn't life. That was performance. Asterisk, he stared up at the stars. So who are you now? Asterisk, still figuring that out. Asterisk, do you miss them? Asterisk, sometimes, I whispered. But mostly, I miss who I thought they were. He nodded. Maybe they miss you too. Asterisk, they miss the version they built. Not me. Back downstairs, Myra handed me the letter. I didn't open it, just held it. She asked, you gonna read it? Asterisk, not yet. Asterisk, why not? Asterisk, because I already know what it says. The next day, I left the bracelet on the steps of the Langford mansion. Asterisk, no note, no explanation. Just the weight of everything they threw away. Asterisk. And the silence of someone who no longer needed to be heard to be felt. When I walked away, I didn't look back. Asterisk, because for the first time, I wasn't leaving anything behind. The bracelet was gone when I passed the Langford mansion again. Vanished. No note. No mention in the papers. Not even a whisper online. But I knew they saw it. They always saw what they couldn't keep. I walked through the park that day. No destination. Just movement. An old woman on a bench smiled at me. You look lighter, she said. Asterisk, I blinked. Do I know you? Asterisk, no, but people carry pain in their shoulders. Yours are straight now. Asterisk, I smiled. Maybe I dropped something. Asterisk, keep walking, dear. Don't pick it back up. Back at the flower shop, Madame June waved me over. Asterisk, you've got mail again. Asterisk, I didn't give out this address. Asterisk, she handed me the envelope anyway. It came through a lawyer. Langford's stamp on the seal. I held it like it was radioactive. Eyelay peeked over my shoulder. Another letter bomb? Asterisk. Possibly. I opened it in the alley behind the shop. Asterisk it. Was short. Aria, you were never a mistake. Asterisk, I failed you. I see it now. I wish I'd fought harder. Asterisk, I don't expect forgiveness, only that you know this. You were the best thing I ever loved. Dad, asterisk, later that night. I stared at the letter in my lap. Asterisk, are you gonna answer it? Myra asked from the doorway. Asterisk, no. Asterisk, because you hate him. Asterisk, because I needed to hear it, not respond to it. Asterisk, she sat down beside me. You're stronger than you look, Arya. Asterisk, I've had no choice. A week passed, then a month. The Langfords fell off the news cycle. Asterisk. Elena disappeared from social media. Asterisk Damon was spotted leaving a bar alone, angry, drunk, and forgotten. Karma worked slow, but she was thorough. One morning, I stood at the register with a clipboard when a woman entered. Asterisk elegant. Expensive shoes. Eyes too sharp to be soft. Elena. I froze. She walked right up to the counter. I wasn't sure it was really you. She said. Asterisk, still breathing, I replied. Sorry to disappoint. Asterisk, she looked around. This where you ended up? Asterisk, I nodded. It's peaceful. Things grow here. Asterisk, her lips twitched. I didn't come to fight. Asterisk, then say what you came to say. Asterisk, she paused. I didn't ask for any of it, you know? Asterisk, you didn't say no, either. Asterisk, I didn't know how. Asterisk, you learned fast. Asterisk, her voice lowered. They don't love me the way they loved you. Asterisk, they loved a lie. Asterisk, and you still beat me. Asterisk, I blinked. What? Asterisk, you're the one they still talk about. Even now, quietly, like a ghost. Asterisk, I am a ghost, Elena. You buried me, remember? Asterisk, I wasn't trying to take your life. Asterisk, you just didn't mind when it fit better than yours. She looked down. Why are you here? I asked, asterisk, to see for myself that you're real. Asterisk, do I pass? Asterisk, yes. Asterisk, good. Now leave. Asterisk, she hesitated. I hope you find something better. Asterisk, I already did. After she left, Eli appeared with wide eyes. Was that asterisk? Yes, asterisk. She looks exhausted. Asterisk, she's carrying something she stole. It was never hers to keep. I went to the rooftop that night with Myra. Asterisk. We watched the lights flicker across the city skyline. Asterisk. Do you ever wish it had gone differently? She asked. Asterisk. No, asterisk. Not even a little. Asterisk, I lost everything fake and found everything real. Asterisk, she raised her mug. To second lives. Asterisk, I raised mine. To stories we get to write ourselves. When I got home, I pulled out a blank notebook, wrote one line on the first page. My name is Arya, and I was never theirs to define. Then I turned the page and began the rest of my story. Asterisk.